So Bandai Tamashii Nations have dropped the biggest lines to the SE Figuarts schedule for 2025 with a whole set of characters for some classic movie nostalgia. So the first one is The Lord of the Rings, where we got a sneak peek shown in a silhouette and it has been revealed as the ones that everyone was expecting, Frodo, Baggins and Aragorn. So this is straight up based on the original trilogy, as Frodo, although titled as The Fellowship of the Ring, the first movie, will include Gollum, who mostly featured in parts 2 and 3, and these do bring back a lot of memories for me since I did watch the films in the cinema, even though I was a bit too young to understand them at the time, but these have gone down as classics. The more I look at them, the better they get. I think at first glance I wasn't too sure on the face sculpt, but overall I like the aesthetics, the soft goods, the sword attached, and also the ring in hand. The weapon can be held of course for some battle poses, and also notice for Gollum, although it does look accurate, it is going to be lacking articulation, which isn't too bad since he's going to be smaller than Frodo. And here's one inspired from the movie images or posters, and I think the ring will be attached to the hand since it's a tiny piece, but I was hoping to see more of the ring around the neck. And here is a look at Aragorn figure-wise. It's going to be a bit more exciting due to the fight poses he's meant to be in, as they really sell on this figure with the large cloak and the aggressive face sculpt. Also includes his arrow and bags to go along on his journey, although the bow is not included, but I think it's fine since he mostly uses the sword. And I think this looks great. It's not the best sculpt, but it's definitely an improvement to the Toy Biz one I have. And here are more shots where it really captures the Middle Earth atmosphere, so this one I'm looking to get. And here's a photo of them two put together, bring back the memories of the first movie, and surely this is only the start of the line, as Legolas will also be joining them at some point. It is pending licensing approval, and I think this looks great in terms of the sculpts. Of course, we do await on his bow and arrow, which is his trademark look. And I guess after Legolas, Gimli will be released, and of course Gandalf will also be on the cards. And the next one is surprising, where I thought they were done with this line, but we have a first look at the Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire releases, which is of course the fourth movie in the series. Making a comeback after all these years, this time we have the older version of Harry in his tournament clothing, and this sculpt is as accurate as it can get. The Philosopher's Stone figures, which they released first, are probably a bit more nostalgic for me due to the uniform and just the first time in the Wizarding world, but this is no doubt very memorable. As you can see, the face is nailed on like his scar, and the wand is also included, and what would be special is if they included some lightning effects to really upgrade on the display. And this is the moment they give us He Shall Not Be Named, which is Lord Voldemort, which once again sculpt wise is a 9 out of 10, using soft goods, which is basically the main look of the figure. And I do wonder if we'll get any other parts, maybe some different head sculpts and hands, but once again maybe add some effects to this to really make this a standout. And when it comes to all the announcements, probably the biggest surprise is they are releasing the movie legend Jackie Chan in Figuarts form, and this is from one of his iconic movies from the 80s, Police Story. And this is no doubt great news since Jackie has been so influential in the movie industry and one of the icons in Hollywood, and I was always hoping if they did a figure of Jackie Chan they would release either Rush Hour or Rumble in the Bronx. But this one is not a bad choice. It's one of his greats, one of his classics, of course holding onto the gun, which would make it a bit more exciting in terms of displays. So no doubt this will feel new, and I'm definitely adding this to the collection. When it comes to the biggest lines in SE Figuarts, Star Wars is certainly one of them, as we are getting a reissue of Ben Kenobi from Star Wars A New Hope. Like the others, it will have a new sculpt, the soft goods, which really improve on the previous one. This is for sure a classic with the lightsaber and also the ability to remove it, and of course paired up with Darth Vader in its rematch, so this is more for those who didn't get the first one. There is also another chance to pick up the Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars The Revenge of the Sith, and this was also released before, so updates to the cloak specifically, and this really adds to the reissues with Anakin and Yoda. And the next Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse will be a double pack with Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham, and this was kind of expected since they're literally doing all the characters from this universe, so without a doubt this is one that's going to be very popular, so stay tuned for the full announcement. And we are not done yet with The Lord of the Rings, as The War of Rohirrim, which is the animated movie set before the trilogy, which I didn't even know there was a movie out, and I assume this is the main character with Hera, so looking pretty cool. I guess it's a very colourful and game-like look, so very different to the movie characters. And the other one they're releasing is Wolf, which also looks like a warrior-like anime-esque, also makes me want to find out more about this movie. And speaking of anime and warriors, I'm going to go through a list of releases that are going to be making headlines for the Figuarts community. But there's going to be more Berserk figures with the release of Guts and Casca, so more added into this line, and this time this is from the Band of Hawk attire. And the latest Demon Slayer Kojiro Rengoku is also joining up the line. No explanation really needed other than great news for those who love this anime. It's pretty much the same for the second character with a Kaiser, and to my surprise they're doing a lot more than I expected, and sometimes they would do 2 or 3 and and that's it. But for Demon Slayer, it's getting a lot of attention. There's also one anime I haven't heard of, and they're releasing the character Sakata Gintoki from the anime Gintama, and this looks like something Tamashii Nations have no problems making. So it's another cool looking character with a robe and a weapon, and it's great that Tamashii Nations are literally diving into all sorts of anime. I'm just going to throw this out there, hopefully they will make Death Note, which is one of my favorite animes, so it would be cool to see some Figuarts for that. And let's end the news with more One Piece announcements, as they are making a new monkey to Luffy. This time it is the Future Island Egghead storming into this line. And I'm not that far into the series, so I guess this isn't going to be a Luffy I'm too familiar with. But it's great they're doing all the different looks of the character, and this is going to be some crazy dynamic poses. And one final one I want to mention is Blackbeard from One Piece as well, is also joining up the line, which is another humongous character, and we know Tamashii Nations don't shy away from those. So that is just some of the latest SH Figuarts news. Which one are you most excited for? You can comment down below. Check out all the November releases on my channel, and look forward to more SH Figuarts news and reviews.